What's up, people? It's another edition of the New Breed Podcast, the world's best new metal adjacent, quasi new metal podcast from two dudes who are really there. I'm one half of your hosting duo. I'm Jay Horskow. With me, I have my partner in crime, the notorious TIM, Tim Anderson Jr. Tim, how's it going?
Great. Feeling great.
We're both feeling good in this crappy weather. So, unless you were living under a rock, you just saw that the lineups were just announced for Sick New World 2026. So Tim and I do this every year. Last year we had to publish a retraction because the thing got canceled. And then we had the Stepa guys on to debate the lineup, which we should probably try and do that again for this one. But this year, the big change is they're doing two shows, one show in Vegas and one show in Texas. So Tim and I are going to talk through the lineups, compare them, and see what we see. So Tim, without going into any particular band's initial thoughts on what you've seen so far?
All right. So with last year's dilemma and it getting canceled, I'm just curious. I see a lot of similar bands and similar,
Yes.
things going on. I like that they took Metallica out of there because that's a huge payday right there that you take out.
Right.
Let's get that straight. I
Right.
kind of think, and I don't know this, I'm just speculating, but I kind of feel like that was a big downfall of last year. Like, how are we going to pay Metallica, which probably wants what? How much money
Well,
do
there
you
was
think
a there was a
fucking want?
story there. Metallica, Lincoln Park, Sick New World. I think it was like 10 million total or something like that.
Holy shit! For two
Um,
bands? How much money does Metallica need for one show, though? I
I
mean,
don't
come on.
know.
All right, let's be real. While you're looking this up,
Hmm.
Metallica is the biggest metal band of all time.
Yes.
We're not gonna take that away. But here's the thing: you have how much money do you need just to like? Could you just took a mill for that?
Metallica and Lincoln Park getting 5 million each.
Okay, okay. So a million a member, basically.
Well, I mean, less. I mean, once you the road crew and all that sort of stuff. But
You got to pay road
apparently,
crew, yeah.
the what led to the cancellation was only a third of the 60,000 tickets were sold. So that's 20,000 tickets, making the concert not viable.
But how does that happen?
I don't know.
Here's what I'm saying. If you only sold a third with Metallica on it, how are you going to sell 60,000 with just Korn and System of a Down as your headliners?
I
That's
don't
what I'm
know.
trying to figure out because
I,
here's the thing. Korn has played a million shows like this.
yes.
System of a Down has played a million shows like this. You're not going to hear anything new from System of a Down.
Nope.
You already know what the set list is. Korn, okay, yeah, they put out new records here and there, but you already know what the set list is going to be. So what is the draw here? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. And I'm not talking shit on this festival because I could never do it. Me and you could never pull this off. Let's be honest here.
No.
But the thing is, where are you drawing on this? That's what I'm
Oh,
trying to figure out. Because
I,
I'm gonna start being that dude that questions it when it fouls with Metallica on it. That's all I'm trying to say. And
well,
and and
yeah,
and
yeah.
and you can't tell me it's not a good, you know, critical point that I'm pointing out here.
I think you're not wrong. To the Stepa guys' credit and the argument that they made, right? This is probably not a festival for you and I because we go to a lot of shows. This is more for an event type thing. Danny Wimmer, I think, is the booker. He usually does a really good job. But I think last year you had the 10 million to Metallica and Lincoln Park. You had basically one out of every three tickets was sold. General admission tickets were 472 a pop,
Which is fucking
which
absolutely
is
great.
insane for a day. For a bunch of you will not see more than a dozen bands in a day. Um, yeah, and I'm going to be honest with you, Tim. I think this lineup is in some parts less ambitious in some
Okay.
instances, but I also think they're very top heavy.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and I want to come back to your point. I want to come back to the point of it being an experience. And here's the thing. Like you said, you're going to see 12 bands. Okay. I could go to This Is Hardcore or FYA and see 30 fucking bands and pay
Hmm.
$110. It just doesn't make sense to go all the way to Vegas from Philly, see 12 bands, pay 472 bucks, pay 800 to fly there and back, pay 500 for your fucking room and board. It
Hmm.
just doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
I just think with festivals like, name any aftershock, whatever you want to call them,
louder than life.
louder
Yes,
than
yeah.
life. I think with them festivals, the tickets are pretty much the same price, but you're getting 3 days where you're seeing
Yes.
50 bands.
Yes, and that's you hit on a very important part. You're going to pay $450 to see maybe a dozen bands if you're shuffling back and forth and missing the end and missing the start of some. Or I just paid 150 bucks all in for 2 days of FYA where there's one stage and I'm going to see a total of 40 bands. The bands I miss, well, not because I couldn't get from one side of the venue to the other. It'll be because I got to go to the bathroom or I want to get something to eat.
Yeah, and people are gonna argue like, yeah, but it's big bands. But when you go to a festival, you pretty
But
much want to
how
see all these bands.
Yeah, but how many, right? Like when I looked at last year's at the, I mean, so the band's not coming back that were on last year that are not on this year. Stabbing Westward, not there. Quicksand, Sponge, Lacuna Coil, Birthday Massacre, Exodus, Carcass, uh, Down is playing the one date.
Do you
Uh,
want to share your screen and put up the flyer?
well, I'm doing last year, but we'll go through this
Oh
year.
yeah,
Let's
yeah,
just
yeah.
let's just talk through this. Like my point being is when you have Napalm Death on the last row of the fucking flyer, I had talked about this last year. You got a problem.
Yeah,
You're heavy. You're way too heavy. Way too heavy. Way too heavy on the top. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of riders. That's just a lot of shit. That's a lot of shit, right? Like
it's too much to expect in one day.
and I think like so. Let's use FYI as an example. The headliners this year, the headliner the first night is going to be Hatebreed. Before them is Gorilla Biscuits. Before them is Terror. Before them is Haywire. So Hatebreed is not playing this show to make a lot of money. They're playing it because it's an old school hardcore festival that they used to play 20, 30 years ago. It's kind of fun,
And let's be honest,
right?
Hatebreed is taking 90% of that cut.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, because oh, maybe you're maybe right. But I would also think like if I'm the promoter, I'm like, look, you guys can headline if you want to headline, but I'm not giving you fucking festival money, right? Like I got to pay. There's bands coming from Japan. There's bands coming from Europe. We got to make it fair for everybody, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. No, you're right on that.
but they are getting a not exponentially, but logarithmically higher cut than anybody else.
Dude, they're getting at least 80% of that fucking
They're
revenue. I'm
getting
not
a
fucking
nice they're
ridiculous.
getting a nice chunk. So let's go through the lineup. So Tim, I think we could do both days at the same time because I actually sat down today and did a comparison of bands that are shared on both dates and bands that are not.
Oh, this is 2 days.
Yes, there's one day in Vegas and
Oh
there's
yeah, yeah,
another
yeah.
day in
And then there's
Texas.
another day in Okay, yeah.
So
The
well,
festival is one day.
it's one day, but it's two separate festivals in two separate locations.
But that's the problem I have. It's one day of all these bands, and it's like, how do you like? If I want to see All That Remains, we'll just say I don't even know if they're playing, and I want to see Prong or some shit, and they're playing at the same time. It kind of pisses. And I know a lot of people like what's his name from Steppa was like, yeah, but I'm there for experience. But at the same time, dude, if you're a fan of Prong and you're a fan of what's the other band I just said, All That Remains. If you're a fan of both them bands, diehard fans, it's like how do you? It's like, oh, I love Prom, but I love All That Remains. Like it's just annoying to have to configure that in your brain. That's
Yep.
just my opinion, and I think
Yep.
that's going to be a lot of people's opinions. And I think honestly, that's probably why. Because you know what probably happened? People went to the first one and they were like stuck between what band to see, and then the second one they're like, it's not even worth it because I got to pick and choose, and
So
I kind of think that's a fucking dilemma.
I liked how they did the second one. They were very, very diverse in the lineup. They had a hardcore tent. They had all this other stuff. The last year just kind of biffed it. All right, so let's dive in. Let's dive in. So the first date is
I'm
in.
rambling. My bad.
It's fine. April 25th in Vegas, and the second date is Texas, October 24th. Right. So, and this is Fort Worth, Texas, Texas Motor Speedway. And then the Vegas show is, what is that, April 25th, I said, and it is located at, I guess, the Vegas Fairgrounds. It's at the
Yeah.
festival grounds. It's loading. Come on, Jamie, pull that up. So, all that's loading. Yeah, it's at the Las Vegas Festival Grounds. So, headlining acts. The first headliner is System of a Down playing both days. I mean, I get it. They only do big festival appearances. If you're a diehard fan, you're going to go.
Yeah, it's a thing.
So I get it. And considering this festival has its background in new metal, where I think new metal is actually disgustingly underrepresented, right? There's tons of other modern new metal bands that they could have pulled in, but we'll talk about that shortly. System is going to draw. They only play festivals. They don't tour in the States. They play big one-off shows. Here we go, right? So that'll draw.
It's funny. They probably make the amount they make in one festival. I wonder how that compares to a full U.S. tour.
I don't know. Well, then again, remember, there's also a lot of friction in the band. So they don't really have to hang out with each other. They fly in, they sound check, they do their shit, and they go home.
That's true.
So System of a Down headlining both dates. The next headliner, different. Here's where the first difference shows up, and I had to rearrange the lineups to show where the differences are. Um, the next headliner in Vegas, it's Korn. In Texas, it's the Deftones.
Mm-hmm.
So we're still at the top of the new metal pile. Fantastic, right? Still fantastic. Next, in Vegas, your next big name act is Bring Me the Horizon, which will draw. Texas is Slayer performing Rain and Blood in its entirety.
See, this is already the better show for people, right here.
Yes. Yes. Uh,
System.
we knew
Deftones.
Slayer's retirement was not going to last long, but System, Deftones, and then Slayer playing Rain and Blood. And it gets better three rows down. I'm going to tell you why it gets better. So the next band I've got, Ministry playing both dates. Fits, right? Contemporaries, makes sense. After that, AFI. I don't know if you caught the interview that Davey Havoc did with Hardlore.
Yep.
They just went on a tear. I don't know what his look is. The Welcome Back Connor with the giant mustache. Like, it's something. Not my thing, but it's something. So good on you. Here's where it gets interesting. Vegas has Danny Elfman. So this is the singer from Oingo Boingo. He does a lot of soundtrack stuff. Very weird industrial. Good shit. The equivalent in Texas is The Prodigy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to Texas. I want to see The Prodigy. I never got to see them live.
How are they pulling that off, though?
I don't know how they do. I think maybe Keith Flint's vocals is tracked because the other two guys, the other three are still there. Liam Howlett and Maxim Reality are all there. So, but yeah, I've never seen The Prodigy. So I think I would go to Texas is still winning at this point.
Yeah, because you want to see Rain and Blood in full. I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah, and The Prodigy. And we're gonna go when we get down into the undercard. There's some interesting undercard choices. Next, we have Under Oath playing both dates, which makes sense. They're a big band. I mean, we've talked about it. We should really do a deep dive into their first three albums. Is what we should do because I think that'd be a lot of fun. Under Oath playing both dates makes sense. Next, we have another Delta. Vegas gets Acid Bath. Texas gets Down. I'd rather see Down.
Me too.
I'd rather see Down.
I don't. I think the acid bath thing. They did like a bunch of shows. Okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah, I get it. Me personally, I was not a big fan when it was contemporary the first time. Could do that.
Yeah.
Next, we've got Evanescence across both shows. Makes sense. New metal. Then we have She Wants Revenge. So this is like a dark wave rock type band. Not bad. Not bad. Not my thing, but not bad. We also have next after that, we have Wage War. What is Wage War, Tim? Is that metalcore?
Yeah.
Okay, so Wage War, again, not my thing. Kind of to your point in our last episode, you were talking about how tropey metalcore has become. No offense to these guys, but it's kind of where I think
It's
they fall.
exactly what it is.
Next, we have Cold Chamber, both dates. Makes sense. New metal band. Poison the Well, both dates. They were booked last year. Marilyn Manson. This is where it gets in. And so now we're starting to see some more industrial stuff. Marilyn Manson, both dates. KMFDM, both dates. For if and the odd, obscure odds, weird chance that someone from KMFDM is listening to this episode, can you please call N Esh and have him join the band for a reunion tour? Please. We would really, us fans would really appreciate it. Moving along. Both dates. The next say 10 or 12 bands play both dates. Terror. Okay, now you got your hardcore stalwarts. Clutch, who toured with Limp Bizkit, so they were always around in the new metal scene. I mean, they do. I like Clutch; they're just different. Knocked Loose.
Not to change the subject and be a downer here, but that news sucks, man.
What?
The
about Sim Rivers. Yeah, rest in peace to Sam. They haven't still talked about what happened. I do know that a couple years ago there was an article where he talked about how he needed a liver replacement because he was really rough on his body, drinking and touring and whatnot. He was young; he was my age. That's a shame. They just finished in the studio. They did some new stuff. Um, while
Who
I'm,
replaces him?
I don't even know.
I mean, it's crazy to think about. Like that's a band right there. Like, and I hate to change subject here, but we have to talk about it. It fucking sucks, man. Like when I seen that, I was bummed out, dude. I'm like, God damn, dude, that sucks, man. Like
Yeah,
too young and like, how do you replace that? It's
I
hard.
don't, dude. I
Like
don't know.
if what's his name, the drummer passes, how do you replace that rhythm? You just
They
can't.
were each member of that band was unique in their own way. And that's what made Limp Bizkit so impressive. And I don't know how they can. I mean, I'm sure they're going to soldier on. There's a show they're playing in November that they said they're not canceling. I guess they got to find a fill in for the short term, but I don't know how.
I did a fill is yeah, that's easy, but like
Yeah,
the life of the band is not the life of it. Honestly, the life of it is Wes, but like
these are
part of that
five
is
guys who
hard.
toured a lot together, spent a lot of time together. They were family, so
Yeah.
that's
It's like
really really
Steph
tough.
dying. Like, nah, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Can't do it.
Yeah. All right, so back to happier things. We just talked about Clutch, knocked loose both dates. Good for them. Awesome for them. Awesome for them.
I'm blue as hell right now. I love it.
POD, both dates. Again, makes sense. Makes great sense. Melvins, they were booked last year. They're kind of weird, alt avant-garde fits. I mean, yeah, because right, we've still yet to, out of all the bands I've named, we have crossed so many genres. We have yet, it's basically the late 90s, early 2000s contemporary, basically. There's no unifying thread. Can't even say it's new metal because there's too much stuff that's left and right in new metal. After the Melvins, you have Glassjaw. Okay. Then we have another differential. So the Power Trip reunion show, well, they've been doing shows as Power Trip. They're in Vegas. At the same time, the concomitant band over in Texas is Speed.
Okay.
Speed's a fun live band. The guy who does all my tattoos went to see. He went to the Turnstile show, and the openers were Mannequin Pussy and Speed because he's a Mannequin Pussy fan. We're definitely gonna get demonetized for that, which is kind of funny because that's the band's actual name. But even Nick, who doesn't like our stuff, said Speed was awesome because they put on a really fun show. So they'll be on that type of setting. They'll be really entertaining.
He was one of the coolest interviews I've ever done, honestly.
Really?
The dude from Speed, yeah, he's super cool.
Well, they seem like again, they're band's having a good time or a different band.
Yeah.
It's just a different experience. So next we've got
I actually
go
thought it was
on.
cool because it was 8 p.m. here and 11 a.m. there, and he was just like super cool, energetic. It was awesome.
That's awesome. I mean, people will surprise you. People will surprise you. Now we've got on the back of Power Trip and Speed, we've got Tsunami. So here's your beatdown. You've got Scowl, which is, I mean, what are they, hardcore now? Like, how would you even classify them now?
Shit.
Not a fan. I'm not a fan. We'll just leave it
Either.
at that. Next, we have another split. Vegas gets Cypress Hill.
Which is awesome.
Texas gets Orgy.
Okay.
I'm curious to hear how Orgy sounds. We all remember the video from the first Sick New World. We're just going to
Yeah,
leave that one there, and
I
we're going to leave off the disparaging remarks. Next, we have this synthwave band, which actually is pretty good. Twin Tribes.
yeah.
They play both. Then we've got Super Heaven, which is grunge revival, right?
Yep.
They're playing both. Failure with both.
Speaking
Odd
of
fit.
failure, I got your Plex server back. You put up a doc on there, didn't you?
Yo, it's fantastic.
I gotta watch it.
It really, really, really is good. Yeah,
Fantastic Planet.
I love that band. I love that band.
It's just funny that you said fantastic. I like it.
I should have said something different.
Is this a doc I have to watch after I have like 5 beers in me?
No, you could watch it straight up and just enjoy it because they're telling the story and how they all kind of fell apart and Lollapalooza was the end, and then they
Well,
found each other again, and yeah, it was
well, that's
really
what I mean. While I'm 5 beers deep, I'll be like, "Oh, this is fucking great."
yeah. Oh, you will definitely enjoy it with a little bit of buzz with the music and stuff, and they
Pretty
fall
much. Yeah.
apart and then they find each other again. It's a great story. So anyway, Norma Jean playing both. Then we have Sleep Theory, which I have you heard this band? Because
Yeah.
I describe them as Festival metalcore a la Falling in Reverse or Beartooth. I think
You
that's a
nailed it.
fair
You nailed it.
fair
Yeah.
description. Then we have Lords of Acid, who I would love to see live because I think they would be a lot of fun. You have the revitalized Kitty.
I don't think a lot of people could deal with Lords of Acid 20 years ago.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That shit was
Yes.
wild.
Yeah, it was completely nuts. Nowadays, I mean, well, let's put it this way. Nowadays, the pendulum has shifted. But in the 2015, 2016, in the woke scold era, they would have been canceled and then revived to be canceled again.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were that was something. So then we've got revitalized Kitty. You also have Mastodon playing both shows. I don't know how they do that without Brett Hines, but he had already quit the band anyway, so I'm assuming they had thoughts.
Damn, I just remembered that he passed as well.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy is that to quit the band, all that shit talking between the members, and he dies in the motorcycle accident. Like that's fucking crazy,
You
dude.
never get a chance to put it to bed. And you know that sadly
Yeah.
it's going to bother
Terrible.
all of them for a long time
Yeah.
because they never got a chance to resolve it.
It's
Which
like
time heals.
imagine your last words to like that dude was like "fuck you" or like "you're an
You're an
asshole."
asshole. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's brutal, dude. Sorry to cut you off.
No, it's kind of a rough situation. So next, we have Filter. Makes sense. Then we have a band which neither you nor I are fans of, but good for them. Alien Ant Farm.
Ugh,
Yeah. Then we have the Reconstituted Snot. Awesome for them.
awesome. Are they playing
Awesome
both
for
dates?
them. Both days.
Good
Both
for them.
dates.
Yeah.
Uh
We gotta get John back on.
yeah, we do. So then we've got the Dark.fm. So this is the way I describe it as Trevor Something fronting a metalcore band.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty interesting. Then we have Ego Kill Talent, which is not good. It's rock and roll, which is not my thing. Pain of Truth. So this up there with Speed and Tsunami is a true hardcore band. I think they're going to go off. I think they're
I
going to
was
get eyes,
I was very surprised to see them on there, honestly.
but they're so different than everything else that's on this that I think that this is a straight hardcore band. I think they'll probably get some. They'll win some people over. Is the way I think about it.
Yeah, their last record's killer, man.
Yes. Better Lovers, both dates.
Yeah.
I like that stuff. I mean,
They were good live.
can't we just get Every Time I Die Back? Whatever. Anyway, then we have Speed of Light, female fronted indie rock.
Okay.
Then we have the band TSS. The way I wrote down my summer, because I listened to all these bands that I never heard before to try and figure it out. My descriptor is a French industrial rock like orgy.
Okay.
The next one I think you'd enjoy, Violent Vera.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
This is same vein as Amira El Feki, Maggie Lindemann, that female fronted quasi pop stuff that gets a little aggressive.
What do you think of that new one?
Uh, it's unbelievable. I've listened to it so many times. It's so good.
I haven't heard it yet.
It's so good. So
Better
good.
is it better than the last one?
I think so. I think she leads a little bit more into the pop sensibilities, and the song crafting is great. It's great.
Okay.
It's my go-to. I want to listen to something, but I really don't want to listen to something super aggressive, and I don't want to listen to any synthwave stuff, right? Because Perturbator is up there near the top. I go right to this. It's a great
Can,
list.
can I tell you that I've only heard two songs from that because I have so many records in queue. I'm like 5 records away from that Perturbator.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Okay.
So
Is
good.
it better than the last one? Because the last one was unbelievable.
Uh I think it's comparable. I'd have to go back and listen to it again, but I really enjoyed this. It's a lot like, how the last Gunship album was not better than the one before, but it was a little bit different and that made it interesting.
Yeah.
I would put this Perturbator album in the same descriptor. It's not better than the last one, just as good, but it's just different, just a little bit different. Still enjoyable though.
All right.
So on the back of that, on the back of Violent Vera, we have another split. We have Health plays Vegas with all the industrial stuff makes sense. On the Texas date, we have Death Heaven. I think they'll get a big pop because
Yeah.
this is easily the heaviest band so far we've listed on that Texas date. They're the
That new
heaviest.
record is unfucking believable.
You know what? I'm going to go back and listen to that tomorrow morning. I can't forget about that. Let me write that down
So good.
because I really, really enjoyed it.
I think when it comes to like the post black metal sound, that and Guerrilla or Scaria, whatever the fuck, however the fuck you say it.
I think it's Korea. Yeah.
That dude, that new song is I can't even put into words how good that is. That comes out in March of next year. I'm already putting it on. I already have a note top 10 next year. That's how good it is.
That's wild. It's wild. Good stuff, though. It's really good stuff. But you're right. I just made a note. I'm going to go back and listen to Def having that newest one because I really like it. Back to Vegas. Vegas gets Carpenter Brute, which makes sense because he's going out with health. Whereas Texas gets Appealing Flesh.
Oh, okay.
So another band, a lot like Pain of Truth, ridiculously heavy. I think they're going to get a pop.
Is PF Radio 2 in your top?
Top 10 of the year? No, no. It's good, but there's way too much competition. This year is going to be tough for me. I mean, off the top of my head, I can't even decide if my album of the year is going to be Orthodox, Whitechapel, or Crippling Alcoholism. I can't even make that decision.
It's hard, man.
It's going to be really tough. So back we're now we're at the point where we have different bands on different sides. So Corrosion of Conformity is playing Vegas, which is odd because I would have thought they would have played Texas because it's a down date, right? Half the band's there already. Dying Wish playing the Texas date. Makes sense.
Oh no, never mind. That tours this year. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Then we have two hardcore bands, two big hardcore bands that have got a reputation. However, Vegas gets Ended, Texas gets Haywire.
Well, Haywire is
Haywire is gonna be unbelievable.
Did you see them play the Bridge in New York?
Dude, they are the hardest working band of hardcore. They deserve all the kudos that they get. They're out there having a good fucking time, and they put on an amazing show. You want to talk about road dogs? They're in it to win it.
I'm assuming you've seen Jimmy's videos.
Yes.
Are they the band? They're the band that cut like whatever city they're in. They pretty much cover a song that's like big from that city, right?
Yes, and they did NBA jerseys for every city on the tour.
That's
so
great.
Every city they played, they had merch like a Sixers jersey that said Haywire. Like between their merch game, the fact that they play so many different songs, they cover The Cure, they cover all this stuff, and they're a wild live act. Like this band has now set the bar for hardcore. Good luck trying to follow that.
Good luck.
I mean, whatever merch they do at whatever new merch they do at FYI, I'm buying it because I know it's going to be wild. Now we're back to actually, there's more bands in Vegas than there are in Texas, but we have in Vegas. This is way down the rabbit hole. We have Pigpen, which is Matty Matheson's band, the guy from the Bear.
Yeah.
And on the Texas date, you have Boy Harsher, which is a synthwave band. They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah,
I liked it. And then we've got four bands to round out Vegas. We've got Chain Saint, which is a throwback thrash band, young kids. They sound pretty good. This is in the Exodus, almost municipal waste-ish punk sort of faster stuff. Bloody Wood, which is that Indian nu metal band. Vows. So they were on, I don't think it was booked last year, but I think it might have been, or maybe that was last year. Do I have last year up? No, they were the year prior. This is a band, think Depeche Mode, Failure, that 80s indie rock type stuff. And then the last band on the billing for Vegas is Amira Afelki.
Okay.
Elfiki. There we go.
Shit, whatever.
So Tim, if you had to pick two, which one are you going, Vegas or Texas?
Texas. Not even close.
It's not even fair.
It's not even close.
No, I mean, Deaf Heaven, Peeling Flesh, Dying Wish, Haywire, and they're at the bottom of the billing. You've got Slayer playing Rain and Blood. You've got Deftones. You've got The Prodigy. You've got what else is there? A delta between Speed Overpowered. Yeah. And
it's
then down.
Not even close, honestly.
No, it's not. It's not. The Texas
and it's closer to Philly. So
yeah, the Texas date is unbelievable.
I always wanted to go to Texas. I could give a fuck about Vegas. I couldn't give one fuck.
Have you ever been?
No.
Dude, I enjoy it. So here's the thing. I don't gamble because I think it's a waste of money. So I don't go to gamble. I truly enjoy the people watching. I enjoy just how they, in the middle of a fucking desert, they built this massive city. And the civil engineering where you could go from one end of the strip to the other and never actually touch the street. I think that's so cool. It's so cool.
There's one thing I always wanted to do in life, and I will eventually do it. I wanted to fly to Vegas, rent a car, drive through Death Valley, get on a plane in California, and go home. I don't even care about California because it's just too expensive and it's just too much nonsense over there. But yeah, get to fucking Los Angeles. All right, see you. I'm out, and just fly back.
Yeah.
I want to get a car and drive through Death Valley when it's sunset, and just watch that shit as I'm driving through. All right, we're here. Go to sleep. I'm home.
Yep. I get it. I get it. I enjoy Vegas. I enjoy it for the people watching. I enjoy it for just the experience. I'm not a gambler. I think that's stupid, but it is what it is. And when so funnily enough, I forgot I signed up for text messages from Sick New World. I got a text message that the lineup was announced, and I looked at my phone real quickly, and I thought, did it say Psycho Las Vegas? Is that back? And I got all excited, and that's not happening.
That might come back eventually, right?
I mean, eventually, I mean, with all the other big festivals, you would be, I'm surprised that it hasn't. Nobody's going to Vegas in the summer.
Mm.
So why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you do it? And I mean, I should have went the first year it came back post COVID when Curl Up and Die played because I've never seen that band live.
And they're a Nevada band, so
Yeah, they were local. So all right, so Tim, I'm going to go back and say what I said before. I still think this lineup is very, very, very top heavy. There is a lot of bands with recognition. I'm looking at the list, and there are a total of 54 in Vegas. I'm sorry, 53 bands in Vegas. There are 49 in Texas, and it's heavy. Like, I mean, I have Better Lovers number 41, and that's a band with recognition.
yeah.
Like I don't know how. I mean, God forbid, God bless them, they can pull it off. But you got a Slayer reunion playing Raining Blood. You're bringing Prodigy Overload over from the UK.
I'm going to Texas if I had to pick either way. So.
Agreed, agreed. And then we'll go get dinner during Wage War. All right, people. So tell us what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Which one would you go to? Would you go to Vegas? Would you go to Texas? Or are we just two angry old guys? Let us know in the comments. We really do. We read them and we respond to all of them. So
Oh,
thanks again for tuning in, watching, listening every Wednesday video episodes when I remember to get them out. Every Friday reaction vids. Find us on Twitter and Instagram. Find us in Gmail 267-297-4627. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart for tuning in. Check out our merch page, Death to False New Metal stuff. Go buy some. And until next week, cheers.
later.